This is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Jared Miller and Alex Oltanu from CMON, looking at Massive Darkness.
Yes.
Which I'm hiding behind this massive box here. Like
It's
an echo
appropriate.
chamber.
Yeah, it's appropriate. You can kind of live in that box. The game's outside of it.
It's pretty well set up
Yeah.
here. So, what do we have in this?
So,
Massive Darkness. What are we doing here?
at its core, this is a kind of a dungeon delving adventure game where people are creating characters and going through unique scenarios.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to turn this before.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But that's just at its core. It goes a lot deeper than that, which is what I brought Alex along for. He's very familiar with this game. And he can really deep dive into it and give you what makes this unique beyond some of your other dungeon delving games.
Okay, so what you have on Massive Darkness? So it's a dungeon crawler. Okay, you're a light bringer. You're entering the dungeon, fighting monsters, gather some treasures, right? Why not? And in Massive Darkness, we went through really unique scenarios. Like we tried to create not the vanilla scenarios one we used to find, like kill this monster or grab this artifact. You're going through like you have to lure a monster to a bridge and then destroy the bridge so the monster can fall. This is a scenario.
Okay.
We have other scenarios that's like a tower defense. You just stay in the middle, protecting an artifact, and you're gonna have like monsters spawning all the time. Besides that, we created really unique characters, and they have totally different skills, one from each other. So like this is a paladin here, and you have a skill tree. Yeah, can you see? Yeah. So he's a tank and he's a healer. Okay. So before you go through the dungeon, you really want to discuss if you want to go with 2 tanks and 1 guy that does a really good amount of damage, or if you want to go for healer and you create a really different character, so that's really cool. One good
thing. It's a difficult game, so like you want to make sure there's a lot of party coherence, and that I mean, because you can. What's interesting is he's a paladin right now, but you could, and that's kind of his suggested class.
Sure.
But you could easily switch out his class to be something else. So Owen doesn't only have to be a paladin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
the multi-talented.
Right. So they all get. But there's
a
lot of good group talk that goes on there. Of like, okay, maybe I want to play this barbarian as a rogue, but what does that mean for you guys? Because now you guys are going to have to carry me in some situations, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's cool about the character.
You can try to find different combos by using Owen that have his own abilities with a battle wizard,
right?
Say that have his own skill trees and different way of playing.
Right, and there's all these different levels that I can let you touch on when you talk about the dungeon a little bit, because your skills, what you get with your experience and what you're buying, depends on the level of the dungeon that you're in.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, sure. So like we have this dungeon is now level 1, okay? Since the guys are in the first tile, we have this token here that says the tile you are. So as long as you advance in the dungeon increases its levels, okay? And you go increasing your level too by expanding your experience point you can gain by killing roaming monsters or killing simple minions, okay? So you can buy new skills as long as you are on the
next level of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's more of a it's more of a not a thinking of what you might think of a character leveling up.
Yeah.
It's like the level of difficulty of the dungeon is going up, which is then allowing you
your adrenaline
to like pump up and get those better skills to better fight those. But it's always still like that really difficult. So you're trying to find that balance.
And another cool thing of the game, another cool feature is like every time you spawn like a group of monsters or a room monster, they come with a treasure that may use it or not, okay? In this case, these orc flayers, they found this battle axe, which they know how to use it because they use melee. And alright, now they are rolling more dice than they usually do, so we better think of something to deal with that. So, if
you kill this monster as well, you actually get the treasure he's carrying, and you can then equip it onto you.
You drop treasures.
And it maybe he would have got a magic item, which he couldn't have used, but once you killed him, so he's just walking around with it because he found something shiny. But you kill him, and suddenly your magic user has this cool new item.
Exactly. So you can go through him.
That's right. No shame of looting the corpses.
No.
Yeah, no way.
Never any shame when.
So and Massive Darkness, of course, like you have dark zones, you have light zones. Your guys, they know how to fight in the shadows, so they have skills that they can use in shadow zones. So you can say, oh, I'll go here because the shadow zone, I can like see him better from here since he's in the light zone. And of course, you can hide during enemy's face. So, oh, I don't want to fight this guy. So let's hide in the shadows, and he passed through us, and we are fine.
Yeah, and that is like a really unique feature in this, because in this case, if Owen's hiding in the shadows, he can heal in the shadows. But other people may be able to just defend better or attack better, or if the whole group doesn't want to fight this spider, they all just hide in the dark. They're like, we need to let this monster pass because we just can't
Don't
do
make
it.
any noise.
Right. So it's the darkness really comes in like tactically into the experience, which is cool. And there's just, and you touched on the scenarios earlier, but I would like to point out that you can play individual scenarios, or they are designed where you can string them all together and tell a story and actually develop one character you put together throughout the whole campaign.
Exactly.
So which is really cool and gives people that like attachment to their heroes that they're making.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
what's the player count for the game or different scenarios?
Okay, so 2 to 6. Okay, and 1 to 6 actually. And you can play one player as a single player. They're balanced, like all monsters are balanced, and you have all these cards. You need to use only them, and they like the amount of monster that spawns depend on the number of players. A roaming monster have his life times the number of players, so it's balanced for.
So you can do it basically, and it's fully cooperative. So you could
ask that as well.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. So, but it just easily, you don't have to like do your setup different. The game kind of just naturally adapts to how those people play.
Okay. Anything else to say? Or
so
we got a lot of figures off screen here.
Yeah, we have,
we
got
our
a
other
ton of figures, a ton of great monsters. So you're always going to be encountering a lot of different fearsome things. And the box itself is bigger than any of our other big box games so far to fit all of the massive darkness in it.
Yeah, miniatures.
And it's going to be in stores September 29th.
Okay, with a pre-release here at Gen Con.
So we have some copies are here. Copies of it are showing up now in the hands of our backers. So yeah, it's basically it's out there.
All right.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you guys.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Here, and you'll need this big box to hold everything and take it home. All right. Massive Darkness.
Okay. Thank you very much.